Shalawam, Thawada, Yahawah Shmawashai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, for giving us the understanding of the Holy Bible through their men, that being the apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone, who are worthy of double honors. And Yahawah Shmawashai, Bahasham Rakakwadash Brakatham, to the elect of Israel. Now, Lord willing, this is going to be a short and brief lesson or brief video centered around this website, thebabylonb.com. And the inspiration of this lesson comes from another video that I saw that was based on this news concerning Disney unveiling a new ride called Sodom and Gomorrah, or something to that effect. Now, I just want to say, for brothers that maybe go into this website, the Babylon B, just know that this isn't a credible website. Okay, I repeat, the Babylon B is not a credible website for information or articles. So be very aware of that, because a lot of their articles are based on satire. Right, so it's not a credible source. As a matter of fact, when we look into it, this is what it says concerning their site. As you see here, the Babylon B is a conservative Christian news website that publishes based on articles on topics including religion, politics, current events, and public figures. Now, the key term here is news satire. When we look at this term, news satire, it says news satire or news comedy is a type of parody presented in a format typical of mainstream journalism and called satire because of its content. And what's satire? The word satire is a genre of the visual, literary, and performing arts, usually in the form of fiction and less frequently non-fiction. That's pretty much all we need to read. Okay, so, a lot of the articles and information that you're going to get from the Babylon B is going to be based on news satire, okay, pretty much comedy or folly, as the Bible refers to it as. So again, just know that this website, the Babylon B, is not a credible source for information. Okay, and our channels and our platforms on YouTube are supposed to be a credible source of information for the elect of Israel. Okay, just remember that. So it's very important, that you vet everything that you see, concerning these different articles and in the news, because there's a lot of disinformation out there. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's look up this word, vet, real quick. The word vet means to appraise, verify, or check for accuracy. And that's pretty much what we need to do. All right, us brothers, when we're looking at these different news articles and when we come across different information, it's very important that we verify and check the source, we check the accuracy of what we're coming across, because like I said, there's a lot of disinformation out there, and you don't want to be putting out no folly, in your lessons and whatnot. And that's not a good look. So, I looked into this whole Disney Sodom and Gomorrah ride, with other various sources, and it's just not true. Okay, this whole situation with Disney and them unveiling this new Sodom and Gomorrah ride, according to my research, it's invalid. All right, now of course we know what's going on with Disney and their whole agenda right now, their whole alphabet agenda, but concerning them actually having a new attraction called Sodom and Gomorrah is invalid, all right, as it stands. So I just wanted to put that out there, just a heads up for brothers that may be coming across this news concerning Disney and their new attraction called Sodom and Gomorrah. It's not true. Now, let's get this scripture in the book of Proverbs 14 and verse 15. It says, "The simple believeth every word." And as the Lord's watchmen, as the Lord's, servants, prophets, teachers, Lord willing, we are those men. We're not supposed to be in that spirit, that spirit of simplicity, right? We're supposed to be very prudent, looking further into things. It says, "The simple believeth every word." So you're not supposed to believe everything that you see or read, especially on the internet. There's a lot of bullshit on the internet, a lot of disinformation out there. So that's why you have to vet. It says, "But the prudent man looketh well to his going." Now let's look into this word prudent in the Hebrew. I know what it means, but let's just bring it out for further edification. The Hebrew word for prudent is irawam. Irawam. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Correct me on the comment board if I pronounced it wrong. But anyway, as you can see here, it says subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly, sensible. Okay, and us as Israelites, we're supposed to be all these things, okay? But in righteousness, of course, we're supposed to be subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly, and sensible in righteousness. In other words, we're supposed to be sharp and on point, okay? Especially in these scriptures, first and foremost, and the things that we come across, these different articles and whatnot. Now let's look up this word shrewd real quick. The word shrewd means having or showing sharp powers of judgment, astute. All right, and this is where discernment comes in. That's why it's important to pray for discernment. That's why it's important to pray unto Yahweh Shema Shai for discernment, especially as it pertains to what we're reading out there in the news and on the World Wide Web, so to speak. But anyway, just food for thought and a brief heads up concerning these various different satire websites. Look out for them. Make sure the information that you get is valid. But with that, Lord will use edified, and it's on to the next one. Shalom.